Friday Night Live. I ain't hit y'all with a Friday Night Live. I don't know if I've ever hit y'all with a Friday Night Live. But guess what? I'm doing it this Friday night. Typically when I go live, it's on a Monday night, Tuesday night. But guess what? We in the building. We in the house like kitchen sinks. You heard me? Give everybody an opportunity to enter the dwelling, if you will. Because there is a message. Several. Feels so good, man. Just getting off work. Could have went out. Could have partied. Don't do too much of that. Every once in a while I will. I must admit. But I said, nah, we not doing that, man. As long as y'all double tap that screen, I need 1,000 likes tonight. And it starts with you two that are online right now, man. Double tap that screen. My dog, huh? Jesse Ray dropping them loads. Hey, Jesse Ray drops more loads than I don't know, between him and Steve. My two favorite truck drivers, they drop more loads than probably anybody that I know. And I say that in the most respectful manner. Y'all be safe out there on them roads, man. Truck drivers, man, they make it happen. Truck drivers make it happen. They need to get a double raise, whatever they get, a triple raise. Because if it's not for them, the things that we want overnight or 2 or 3 days or whatever, guess what? It ain't happening without the truck drivers, man. You know what I mean? Salute, shout out to the truck drivers, man. Captain D, what's good? What's good, Captain D? You know what I mean? What does Captain D mean? Like, how did you obtain that name? I'm just curious. You know, it's going to take a couple minutes for people to understand that we are live on a Friday night. I never went live on a Friday night before. And if I have, I don't remember. So it means that, again, if I have done it, it hadn't been done too often. But it don't matter whatever night that we go live. We're going to make it do what it do. Fresh off work. No other place I'd rather be. This particular juncture in time. My dog, James McElvain, is in the building. I appreciate you, bro. One of the moderators. If you get wrong, if you get out of line, your ass is getting out of here. I mean, it's just simple as that, man. You know what I mean? But I know I don't really get too many trolls. Every once in a while, I have a night to where people try to troll, but it typically don't happen. Like, people that really, really rock with me, they just typically rock with me. So I don't really, you know what I mean? I don't really have too many trolls. But, yeah, we're going to talk about some things tonight. You know, it's more so of a Q&A. The other night I went live and it just didn't sit well with me, you know, because I stayed live a couple hours, but I wasn't able to see the chats, you know, the messages or whatever. So it was just like I went into story mode and I just started telling stories just off the top, you know what I mean? Off the top of the dome, because I didn't have that interaction with the audience, if you will. I say, you know what? If you don't succeed the first time, guess what? Try it again, man. Dust yourself off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. Miss April's in the building. 5081, Miss April, Louisville. You know what I mean? 502, that's the other moderator. So I got both my moderators in the building. You know what I mean? James McElvain, April Y, 5081. Get wrong, get gone. Respectfully. I appreciate y'all. That's my guy. Guy Rep 2775. What's good? What's up with you, man? I appreciate you stopping by. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate you being in the building. Chicago's in the building. Kenz, Stephen M 33. Chicago is in the building. Chi-Town is going down. You know how I know? Because my girl's in Chicago right now. They're going to the Cardi B concert tomorrow night. They're in Chi-Town right now. Going to see Cardi B, one of her best friends or whatnot. Hopefully they have a good time. 727, was that Rebel Day? Hold on, you changed your name. Rebel DE. What is that, man? What's good, though? I appreciate you being in the building. I definitely do. New York City. Nah, I mean. New York City. He from New York City, boss. From New York City. But we're going to show him how we do it in the state of Mississippi. New York City's in the building, man. Rebel in Spanish. Okay. Okay. Rebel Day. Cool. And my Spanish name is Lorenzo. I took Spanish in high school. I had to take we had to take it. Either Spanish or French or whatever. I took Spanish 1, Spanish 2. Lorenzo. Token line out east. Absolutely. And the house like kitchen sinks. The merchandise is being worked on. That's one of the shirts. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag, if you will. I am working on a particular shirt. Actually, several different shirts, but one of them is Real Kenz TV when the house like kitchen sinks. Man, that's hopefully gonna be one of my best sellers. Everybody been asking me for the merch. Not literally everybody, but several people been asking me about the merchandise. So when it comes, don't let me have all this merchandise on hand and ain't nobody bought nothing. See what I'm saying? I'm not doing no website or anything in the beginning. It's, direct, like you want it. PayPal. What else we got? We're gonna have Zelle set up. I already got it. Actually, I just got to set it up. I got what else I got? Cash App, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna have 4 or 5 different options for you. You dig? Merchandise will be here this spring. There is a message. Who else is on the line? Who else is on the line? Dream Boy 5734. Quick question. What is your favorite song of all time? Okay. Man, wow. So are you speaking of R&B or rap? Because it's probably 2 different songs if I had to guess. That's a difficult. I don't know if I have a favorite song of all time because I have my moods change. My I change within certain seasons. You know what I mean? Or certain stages in my life. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I have a favorite song of all time. That's a difficult question, for real. And I'm not trying to be evasive or anything of the sorts. Favorite wrestler, and that's my favorite wrestler of all time would probably have to be Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry the King Lawler, man. And we are doing a Q&A. Y'all double tap that screen. It takes 0.25 seconds. You know what I mean? We got to get the people know, let people know rather that we are in the building. So we can only do that by commenting and liking. Jerry the King Lawler got to be my favorite wrestler of all time. Ravishing Rick Rude, man. Ravishing Rick Rude, yeah, he was a he was a character. He was definitely a character. The guy will beat you. The guy will beat you and then throttle his hips like this. I remember Ravishing Rick Rude. I'm an old wrestling fan, man. You know what I mean? So, I coming up on Saturday mornings, wake up, man. My whole day, it just wasn't right if I didn't get to see wrestling in the morning. Had to watch wrestling first thing in the morning, man. Loved wrestling. Let's see what's good. What's good? Let me see who else is in the building. What up, Real Kenz chiming in? Naptown's in the building. Think it's good information. You touch on difference on living in a Commonwealth state, how the laws are different. Never knew that. Cool Cat Waynes. Yeah. See, I've never lived in a non-Commonwealth state, but what I have been able to recognize, determine, if you will, is that a Commonwealth state kind of just, they just do what they want to do at any time. Any given moment, they just make up a law, or they just go by certain. I'm gonna give y'all an example, and I've told this before, but when they hit me with the last criminal syndicate charge, which all a criminal syndicate charge is in the state, it's a state RICO. Instead of it being a federal RICO, it's a state RICO. Facing 10 to 20. 5 or more people indulging in criminal activity over a continuous period of time. But the thing about it, this is the thing. What is a continuous amount of time? You do it for a month and they're saying that you're an organized crime unit, organization rather. There's no definitive answers or rules to the rules or to the laws. They just construe it the way that they want to construe it. And so I'm facing 10 to 20, but I done already struck out a time or two before that. So it enhances my sentence from 10 to 20 to 20 to life, even though it's just white collar crimes, even though it's just checks, credit cards, and money, and it's counterfeiting. But by law, I'm facing 20 to life. And when my lawyer I hit my lawyer with this information, like, bro, they can't even hit me with this charge because the statute says it right here in black and white. You can only be charged with criminal syndicate, organized crime, if you're doing one of the following things. And it outlines all the crimes that, fall within that realm or the guidelines or whatever. Well, when my lawyer brings that up to the judge is listening. The prosecution says, well, Your Honor, even though it doesn't say this specific crime, this crime was intended to punish any individual in which is 5 or more people operating illegally on a continuous basis. But on the flip side, my attorney's arguing, yeah, but Your Honor, it doesn't specifically say. If it meant for all crimes, it would have said any crime. Y'all following what I'm saying? It would have said any crime in which 5 or more people are operating in unity over a continuous basis. That's organized crime. Gambling, like a gambling ring, being a bookie. You go penitentiary for being a bookie. You get a lot of time in Kentucky. Obviously, drugs, any sort of gangs, any sort of violence, any sort of theft rings. But it didn't break it down specifically and say that, okay, it did break it down specifically, actually, and counterfeiting just wasn't one of them. So they say that I beat the syndicate charge on a technicality. Well, the prosecution comes back and says, okay, we can't contest this. We can't contest it at all. Charges get dismissed. Then they come back and say, but what we are going to do if you don't take this plea deal, we're going to turn around, even though we indicted you the wrong way, we're going to turn around and re-indict you the right way and stick it to you. If we have to go through all of this, either you take these 13 years we offering you, in which I would have had to have done, what's 20% of 13 years? I would have ended up having to do like a little bit less than 3 years. 2 years and 7 months before I seen the parole board. Well, I had already done like 8 months in the county jail, so, a little bit less than 2 years. That's what the Commonwealth does, man. Commonwealth is a bad mama jamma. You and somebody get into it and they go downtown and they file charges on you. Once they file the complaint, it's up. And once it's up, and the Commonwealth, guess what? It's stuck. A couple weeks later, you decide, man, I don't even want to pursue this matter. Or somebody tries to pay you off, or whatever the case may be. Let's just say you was lying. Sometimes people are lying, not all the time, but sometimes people are just outright lying, man. Y'all double tap that screen, man. Get these likes up. I need 1,000 likes, and I'm far from it. and you decide you don't want to pursue the matter, the Commonwealth picks it up. Okay, well, you don't want to pursue it, the Commonwealth is going to pick these charges up. It's hard to beat the Commonwealth, man. It's hard, man. I know back in the day, they had a thing going on with these women, man, and I'm only speaking of the women that took advantage of the situation. I'm not talking about the women that were really, really victims. Had it happened to me. I'm walking down the street one day, right? But let me paint the picture for y'all. We in the house. I'm sharing some very, very personal information with you all. We in the house. This particular time, I've probably been with the young lady for about 6 months. I'm a young man. I'm probably 21. She's 23, maybe 24. Somewhere right around in there. Laying in the bed, just having a good time, just kicking it, not doing anything, not just, you laying in the bed with your girl, y'all watching a movie, y'all, playing, and things started to get a little heated in a good way. We're about to get all the way into it. We about to do our thing, man, whatever. And she understands that, or she senses that I don't want to do anything. My dog TB's in the building. He's out he's fishing. He's fishing. Hope you catch something big. Pause. Double pause. But TB number 6, my number 6 subscriber, is in the building, man. Shout out to you, bro. Arkansas. And so I didn't want to do anything. She wanted to do it while she was, and I don't want to come on, kids, it's TMI. She wanted to do it while she was on her, women go through certain things every month. They just have to deal with these things. I didn't want to do that at that time. You cheating on me? Excuse me? What up? Richmond, Virginia's in the building. Antonio Walker was good, bro. Give me that, red light action. So I'm like, nah, I'll wait. I'll wait. She starts just making all these crazy accusations just going off. It's not as though we did this on a regular basis like we had done it before. She was, no, I don't want to do that. No. You afraid, it ain't like you at the end, or you 2 days, 3 days in. No, absolutely not. She starts going berserk. I'm at her house. Gets to the point of where I'm just like, you know what, let me remove myself from this situation. I'm gone. This particular time, I was down and out, y'all. Job that I had worked for. Well, actually, I had quit. I had gotten sick. I was going to Kentucky State University. After my second year, going into my third year, I got sick, and started with just the pink eye. Everybody knows what the pink eye is. Went from one eye to the next eye, and then it developed into what's called conjunctivitis. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't see. They had to put this medicine in my eyes, and then put these patches over my eyes, and then cover my eyes up literally with tape for a whole week. And when I tell you I was scared to death, I was blind for a week. I couldn't see nothing. I had missed so much class to where I had to take a withdrawal. I didn't know. It was just I prayed so much. I'm 20 something. I'm 20 years old at the time, maybe. Eyes ended up getting better. It was a I'm not gonna say a long recovery, but it took about a month. Eyes got better. I could go back out. My eyes were so sensitive to the sun. So if you ever catch the pink eye, I want to let you all know, first of all, even if you don't have the pink eye, never use a color washcloth on your face. That dye and it gets in your eye. Always use a white washcloth. If you catch the pink eye or something of the sorts, use one white washcloth for one eye and one white washcloth for the other eye. I didn't know that at the time. Like I said, I had to withdraw from college. I played football my first year. Should have played baseball. They wanted me to play baseball, but I got to college. I was like, man, study halls and curfews. I wasn't with it. Bad decision, but at the time, you know, we young. We think we know everything. Y'all rock with me. And so, I had quit going to school. Got me a little job. Got me 2 jobs. Got me an apartment. I met her. So that's the backstory. I met her. And, you know, things was going well for me. But, you know, my car ended up getting put in the shop. And then I lost one of my jobs. I don't even remember the whole thing because it was a long time ago. But what I do know is that day that she was going off on me, I didn't have a car. I had a car, but it was in the shop. Probably just didn't have the money to get it fixed at the time. And I left. I had like a little tote bag. I put all my little stuff in there that I could fit. And I literally started walking down the street. We were in an apartment complex. Here I am walking down the street, man. I'm trying to get away from her. She's following behind. I'm 5'11", man. You know what I mean? I'm not really, but in my mind, I'm 5'11". You can't tell me I'm not 5'11", Mr. 5'11". Merchandise coming soon. She ain't number probably 5'5". She walking behind me. I'm walking down the street, man. It's in the summertime. A lot of people's outside. And she just walking behind me, just swinging at me, just hitting me in the back of my head, just cussing me out, just doing anything that she could possibly do, simply because I'm leaving. I'm only leaving because I'm trying to get out of a hostile environment, a hostile situation. I double tap that screen, it was gonna be hostile, man. Trying to get out of a hostile. So I ain't never had no. This time I ain't never had no charges. I didn't come up going to like in and out of court and charges and juvenile. I never had a charge at this point, other than traffic tickets. I never had a case. I never had a charge. Living my best life. 6'2". Nah, you 5'11". Respectfully. Next thing I know, I turn around and I like push her. One hand. I did it. I ain't push her hard. I ain't pushing her face. I ain't just shoved off of me, man. You walking down the street, somebody just constantly just swinging on you. You want to put your hands on me? You want to put your hands on me? I got something for you. And what's so ironic, there was a payphone. How many of y'all remember payphones? Y'all jump in the comment section. Or y'all let me know. How many of y'all remember payphones? There was a payphone right there. She jumps on the phone. Calls 911. Someone please call 911. Call 911 on me. His name is Kenz, and he put his hands on me, and I keep walking. I double tap that screen for a player. I keep walking. After she gets off the phone, she runs me down, wailing on me, hitting me, just hitting me. You know how they say that there's always 3 sides to a story: his story, their story, and the truth? No, this is one side. This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I kid you not, this was an act of God. This girl, these 2 girls pull up. I didn't know them from Adams. I didn't know these girls from, never seen them a day in my life. 502 DeVille. Ronnie Ron 6157, what's good? I appreciate you chiming in. My dog Bill Caven, what's good? I can see you, Bill. The other night I was having problems, but I got you, bro. Autograph Papa John's shirt. I give you an autograph Real Kenz shirt. I ain't autographing no Papa John's, but I give you something that I don't, you know what I mean? But Real Kenz, I got you. And so these two girls pull up and get in. Sweet James is in the building. Shout out H-Town. Houston's in the building. Good loving body, rocking, knocking boots all night long. H-Town's in the building, y'all. I jump in the car. They go to their house. So the girl that was driving, her house was right around the corner. Her husband's there. I know the husband. Man, what's wrong with that girl? Whatever. Like, man, she called the police on me. She was like, nah, that ain't happening. We seen the whole thing. We seen everything that went down. And we gonna come to court for you. Wherever you need to go, we'll take you or whatever. I'm way across town. I'm probably a good 20 minutes away from where I live at. 20, 25 minutes or whatever. And so my thing is this. I'm driving a few weeks later. I haven't got my car out. I'm riding. Police pull me over. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had expired tags. I did. I had insurance. I had all, but my tags was expired. I'll be standing in the kitchen, palm jitch. I had like some 12s in there. I had like a little Honda Civic with the hatchback. Hoping that the federales don't raid, cause all a nigga wanna do is get paid. You're not gonna understand unless you a hip hop fan. It was that old Sebo, the bald head nut. Police pull me over. I'm just thinking, okay, it's just about the tags. You know what I mean? Maya Bean 410. What it do? Where you been? It's 410. Where you been? Did you get my message? What's good? And so they pulled me over. I'm thinking just about the tags or whatever. They was like, do you know and they said her name. I'm not going to say her name on here. And I'm like, yeah, I know her. She's filed a warrant out on you. A warrant? On me? You can't have it can't be me. Verify my date of birth, social security number, whatever. She done told the people that I hit her, they have a warrant, 4th degree assault, which is a misdemeanor. And she filed an emergency protective order against me. Emergency protective order against me to where I can't be around her because she feels as though I am a threat to her. There is a message. I'm trying to explain to the officer, but this is my first time ever really being arrested, and I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, he's really acting as though he's feeling me, but all you gotta do is explain this to the judge, and I get to court. Actually, I get to jail. In Lexington, what they do is you'll see pre-trial. You go to pre-trial, you verify, just some information about yourself, where you live at, where you work at, how long you lived here. You give a phone number of somebody that can validate this information. Once they do that, we never really been in trouble before like that. A lot of times they'll lower your bond. I'll go through the whole process thinking that my bond's gonna be lowered. My bond's $3,000 full cash. Now, actually, it was $3,000 full cash. I never will forget. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago. It's a lot of money now. The average person can't make $3,000 bond. Full cash $3,000. The average person can't make that. They might have to get a couple loans or get a couple people to chip in or But just having 3,000 laying around, your average person, now some of y'all is like, man, that ain't shit. Well, I tell you what, my Cash App is $KENZ 1000. $KENZ as in zebra 1000. If it ain't shit, man, bless the Cash App. But your average person don't have that. It's on a Friday out of all days. I don't even go to court until Monday. Only person that I know that can get me out on a bond like that is Mom's. Mom's had went to, we got some people up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Shout out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Got family up there. She was gone. She wasn't even going to be back home until Monday. Back then, you couldn't pay on a credit card or a debit card to get a person out of jail. Nah, you had to be there. Cashier's check. I sit in that county jail. Couldn't see the judge until Monday because, like I said, it was on a Friday when I got arrested. Everybody's telling me, nah, you going to see the judge your first time, man. You going to see the judge on this Monday. They're going to lower your bond. They didn't lower my bond. I asked the judge to please consider lowering my bond. Mr. Kenz, we take domestic violence very, very serious down there. But I ain't do nothing. I ain't remember the scene in Life. Remember the scene in Life when Ray and Clyde was trying to get the sheriff there? I mean, you know, Mr. Spanky Johnson. I don't doubt you can buy your way out of trouble in New York City. But down here in Mississippi, we take murder very, very serious. But that's what we trying to tell you. We didn't do nothing. We ain't murder nobody. Now the booze was ours, the liquor was ours. But that man was like that when we found him. Well, if you didn't do anything, you don't have anything to worry about. That's how it was seen. If you didn't do anything, then you really don't have anything to worry about. But it just don't work that way. It rarely works that way. Spanky Johnson? No, I can't say I know Spanky Johnson. Does the name Spanky Johnson mean anything to you? No, it don't. Judge wasn't trying to hear none of that. Mom's ends up getting me out because she knew I didn't do that. Mom's gets me out when she comes home. I still done sit in there 5 or 6 days. Never being locked up. Plus they put me on max. It was the old county jail. You got 6th and 7th floor. Korea and Vietnam. That's where the gorillas, the goons, the goblins, the hyenas, that's whatever. Whatever happens up there, here it is, my first time. I ain't never been locked up, and they send me up to max, man, because I had a domestic violence charge, man. Y'all rock with me. I'll at you, Bill. I'll at your boy. And so, I get out. They keep offering me these plea deals. I ended up doing 7 days. That's what it was. They offered me like 60 days. That was the first deal. It's just a misdemeanor. No, I'm not taking no 60 days. Then they come back with, this is when I'm still locked up. Then they come back with 30. No. End up getting out on bond. Come to me. Offer me 15 days. No. I'm not taking nothing. Do you not understand I ain't do nothing? I'm telling my lawyer I ain't do nothing. They come back. We give you time served. Meaning that the 7 days that I did, if they can get a conviction on me, you just plead guilty. You don't got to do no jail time, no nothing, no nothing. Just time served. No. One thing about my lawyer, man, she was a bull. Marcel Ridemout. Man, she was an absolute bull. Man. Never second guess myself. I never ever thought about taking a plea. The most they can give me is 12 months in the county jail. I was willing to risk it. I'm in front of the judge, and young man, the court is giving you a very, very generous offer, and you want to. It's to my understanding that you want to set this up for trial, and that's your right to do so. In a nutshell, this is what he was saying. But I just want to let you know that if you are to be convicted, you are facing 12 months in the county jail, and I will personally make sure that you do every single day. Whatever we gotta do, Yana. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. She comes to court. She got something on her finger. She done told the people that I broke her finger. What? She literally has like a sling on her, like her. No. I take that back. We're gonna rewind, even though I'm live. I'm getting situations mixed up. That was the other time. Yeah, it was another time because my dumb ass went back to her. I know I didn't just put the carriage before the horse, but this was a totally separate situation. So, set it up for trial. They come back to me. They say, we'll dismiss it today, contingent upon y'all go 6 months and there's no issues. And then at that point, it'll be totally dismissed. It's like a partial dismissal. I was considering that because my mom's, I'm a single, my mama raised me. My dad, rest in peace to him, he didn't bother. He didn't bother when I was coming up. My mom got 9 siblings, man. Very poor coming up. They ain't get nothing for Christmas a lot of the times, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom's, man, from when people say from the mud, like, my mom's for real from the mud. Was married at 18 right out of high school. My dad, he was an entertainer, man. He was a singer. And they used to open for groups, like, open up for, like, Earth, Wind, and Fire and Ohio Players, and he had moved out to California, and my dad, man, supposedly was a ladies man. I don't know, ladies man. My grandfather, I'm the third. We all look alike. They were ladies men, I don't know, allegedly. Moms got tired of putting up with that foolishness. You know what I mean? So she left after many, many chances. They stayed married for 8 years. Mom's left, man. Ended up in subsidized housing or whatever, but it was just one of those things to where we here for the moment, but we not gonna be here forever. Went to school, went to night school, worked a job, got her associates, got her, and just kept ascending. My mom got her bachelor's degree, college degree, in her 50s from the University of Kentucky. And so when I speak about I had nobody else to rely on or to call upon but my mother, but more importantly, she knew that I didn't do that BS, man. And I wanted her to have her $3,000 back. Matter of fact, it was $3,500. I wanted her to have her $3,500 back because what happened was the lawyer back then, you can get a good lawyer. If you have $500, man, you get a good lawyer. But Marcel was the truth, so she charged $1,000. There was no more money. But what she did was called a bond assignment. When the case is over with, before you get your bond money back, I get $1,000. It's like she did it on consent, like on just on the strength. Nah, I'm not gonna keep my mom's bond money held up for 6 months. We're going to trial. Marcel goes back in there. She comes back out. 5-10 minutes later, case totally dismissed. Come to find out that this woman had multiple There had been multiple times to where she had went downtown and filed charges against dudes. Man. But the prosecution knew it all along. That's the thing. This is a dirty game, man. The prosecution knew this off top, but was trying to still get a conviction out of me, and I ain't even do nothing, man. Nothing. I ain't do nothing. I'm innocent. My dumb ass went back to her, and, you know, situation happened pretty much all over again. But, you know, you live and you learn. You know, hopefully you learn. I was able to get away from her, and that's just what it was. I was young, you know. But yeah, they don't care if you innocent. They don't. Lock your ass up, man. Not many people done pled guilty to crimes that they didn't necessarily do. I done seen a dude plead guilty to burglary to his own place because he kicked the door in. Him and his girl was arguing. He kicked the door in. He was already a felon. We're going to give you 6 months probation. If you don't take this, we're going to send it upstairs to the grand jury, to felony court. Hit you with a sentence enhancement. Now you facing 5 to 10. With the sentence enhancement, you facing 10 to 20. Or take this 6 months. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Trey Lane, 6050, what's good? What's good with you? Larry Campbell, 3407. Hope nobody do that. That sit with me, absolutely. Do that sit. That's it. Don't do that. But it is a possibility. Man, everything's good, Steven. Steven on the water, that's my dog, 67. He just pops up. When I do my lives, I appreciate you, man. Everything's good. Appreciate you. We got to put ourselves in better situations, but sometimes we just don't know, you know. But once you do know, once you do recognize, it's like, whoa. I think most people are familiar with a young lady, beautiful young lady, Breonna Taylor. And Louisville, Kentucky. In the house one night, minding her business in her bed. Supposed to be her safe space. That's why I got a blow-up doll. You got your blow-up doll? I might have to give me one. Fuck it. And so, Breonna Taylor's in her house. She's with her significant other. They chilling, ain't bothering nobody. Police came kicking the door in and shit. Ain't identified themselves, ain't nothing. We the police, we can do what we want to do. Breonna Taylor ends up getting, and shout out to Breonna Taylor and the whole Louisville 502, ends up getting unalived. Totally innocent. Totally innocent. Didn't have anything to do with anything. Police, they try to justify it or whatever. But what justification can you really give to busting somebody's house with a boyfriend? He put a gun out and we just fired. He fired and because you all didn't identify who you were. If you all are in your home right now, you got a firearm. and you just hear this loud ruckus, this loud noise, and people are just, aren't you going to protect your family? She had kids in the house. Although it wasn't her per se, well, it blatantly wasn't her. But there's kids in the house. A man protects his family, protects his household. Being that they didn't identify who they were, he didn't know. He's thinking somebody trying to rob him. He's firing, he's shooting. And she gets hit in a crossfire. I think one or two of the officers, I don't know exactly. I got to go back and look it up. They got a little time, but nothing major. But let me tell you what's so crazy about this, because there's a reason that I brought this up. I was scrolling through Facebook maybe about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and I see a young lady, a beautiful, beautiful young lady. Black, you know. And she was like, this is the proudest moment that I've had in my life. It's one of the proudest moments I've had in my life. I continue to read. Because the picture that I see a badge, and I see like a blue or black uniform. It looked like let's just say a blue uniform. I just went through the academy and I've just been accepted. Louisville Metro. I am now officially officer, whatever her name was, Louisville Metro. She was officially a police officer. I typically don't respond to other people's, like, I mind my own affairs. Penitentiary, man. See no evil, hear no evil. There are certain things that I still live by. Not always. If I see somebody getting mugged, or if I see somebody, no, I'm not going to just ignore it. We're going to talk about that next, respectfully. I went past it, but I just found myself and I had to come back to it. And I told the young lady, I said, absolutely no disrespect, but however, you're proud, happy moment for you, you and your family, sense of accomplishment. And this is no hate on you whatsoever, but you're happy because you're a part of the Louisville Metro Police Department, whatever it may be called. But this is the same police department that unalived Breonna Taylor. But you're proud to be a part of this organization. Found that very, very interesting. And I left it at that. If you and I are a part of something, and they're doing something to kids, women, that's not on the up and up. Let's just say it's 1,000 people in this organization that you and I are a part of. And they're doing these things, and you know that they're doing these things to these kids, to these women that are very, very, very unethical. But you say, well, man, I got to get this $25, $26 an hour, $30 an hour. Major scheme of things, that ain't no money. It's more than what a lot of jobs pay, but $30 an hour is cool, but it ain't, I mean, it's cool. I'm not knocking nobody. But integrity-wise, that ain't no money. You joined this organization. But you say, nah, as long as I don't do it, I'm cool. But you still a part of it. You're still a part of it. I don't respect that. Never will. I never respect it. I don't respect it. Do we need police? Yeah, we need police. Absolutely. We need good police that are unbiased, that are unracist, that are we need good police officers. But they just put anybody on the police force, man. Why you think you keep seeing all these people getting unalived still? Even now with cameras, phones, they know. They don't care. They don't care. And I don't even really think that they don't care, but it's that inner demon that comes out and they can't control it. They can't control it at the moment. I was afraid. I feel threatened. The fuck you gonna feel threatened when he's on his stomach with his hands behind his back and there's 5 or 6 of y'all and he may be resisting? Okay, so what? What harm is that? You feel afraid and you unalive him. They just keep getting away with it. They're not getting away with it at the clip that they once were. But the fact that they're still doing it lets me know not really a big deal to them. I'm going to take my chances. But then when you go to court, guess what they say? You should have called the police. That's what the judge or the prosecution is going to say. Call the police. I'll be the one to call the police. What, like Sandra Massey? Is that what you mean? She called the police because she felt as though something was going on and the police came in there and she in her house. She got some water boiling on the stove. She ain't nowhere, a big ass pot, nowhere even remotely near the police. They instruct her to go turn the water off. She does it. Officer sees an opportunity. I'm gonna shoot you in your face. What type of officer says that? To a woman, to anybody. I can see him using the police talk. I will subdue you, I will, whatever that fuck talk is that the police use. But when you tell a civilian that's in her home that called the police because she's by a pot of water and she's nowhere near you, the pot is so big, even if she, young thug say, even if she just, all of her bite, all of her will, that water wouldn't have gotten remotely nowhere near close to you. You tell the woman that I'm gonna shoot you in your face. Harmless. And guess what? He does exactly what he say he's gonna do and shoots her in the face. And so when these judges are like, and prosecutors, well, you should have called the police. For what? For what? Police ain't our friends. The police are not our friends. You got some cool ones, don't get me wrong. Again, Botham Jean, female officer, broke in his house, shot him, then claimed she feared for her life. It happens too far often, Kenz. I'm going to have to look that up because I haven't heard of that story. But I believe it. All these officers do. I was afraid. I understand you got a tough job, but guess what? That's what you chose to do. You chose to be an officer. You wasn't just, you chose to go down this. But they do too much. Why do you got to yell and scream, get out of the car, get out of the car? And you got 10, 15 people, well, you know, maybe not quite 10 or 15, but you got 4 or 5 officers, get out of the vehicle, get out of the, Man, you don't know what to do. I mean, it don't even be nothing. I can't stand them, man. I'm sorry. It's just not going to change for me. It's not. I can't stand them. I know how to conduct myself when I get pulled over, when I know how to say yes, sir, no, sir. But deep down inside, I can't stand them. I'm just trying to make it home, man. Every cop is not racist. I done met some cool ass cops, man. Cool. Like super cool cops, man. Super cool correctional officers. You know. But you if a job offers you $40 an hour, good money. What's about 80 grand a year? It's good money. Probably over 100 when it's all said and done. All you gotta do is just do this particular job. You're not even involved. You're not even required to deal with other individuals outside of the people that are in your station, right? But the individual that gave you the job is a Klansman. Klansman owns the company. Is that cool for you to work for this company making, what I say, $40 an hour? You know what the Klans, you know what they represent. But because, man, I'm over here. I don't have anything to do with that. Is that cool for you to work for this company? Think about it. Yeah, I don't even say yes, sir, or no, sir to the cops. They got to earn my respect. You know why I do? I say yes, sir, no, sir, because I understand y'all already want to kill a nigga anyway. I'm not going to make it easier for you to do so. I just want to make it home. So I'll, yes, sir, no, sir. Somebody in my family going to get paid. Got to have some sort of, you're going to see this guy wasn't combative. This guy getting, but guess what they're going to do? They're going to go to my criminal history. He was a 4-time felon but the 4-time felon was nothing but polite and respectful and yes, sir, no, sir. The officer was afraid for his life. I mean, I'm a white-collar criminal. I ain't never did nobody nothing, at it. But they're always going to take up for them. Always. See, the media is a machine, and the news, and so when we see things on the news, we just automatically believe it. The suspect was traveling westbound, and he was armed and dangerous, and he's could be the furthest from the truth in a lot of cases. But the media, again, is a machine, so they control the narrative. People get convicted in the opinion, public opinion, before the facts really come out. I'm not speaking about everybody. Please don't get me misconstrued, because there's just some people that belong in the penitentiary, man. But man, I done seen some evil people in the joint, man. They do not need to get out. People that are just unalive you, man, and psh, it is what it is, man. That's what makes prison so dangerous. I'm guilty of it. I done joked around and laughed around in prison and thought that it was a game and a joke. I didn't really, at the time, realize that. I'm a young man, but, man, there's some serious stuff going on in prison, man. I had a partner that I worked out with, man. I never even knew him. We met at the Rotary Farm. Rotary's where you go, for the people that don't know, you get processed and, booked in and classified, and they determine where you're gonna go serve your time at, if you will. And so, me and dude, we met, but this dude was like, he's a little short dude, man. Like 5'7". But he was swole. I'm talking about, man, this dude was like, he was swole. He had done time before. He had great genes. And he had done time before, as I mentioned. And so, he kind of, it was my first time ever been, it was my first time down in the joint. Sorry about that, y'all. I dropped my phone, but the show must go on. I was trying to adjust my phone, but the show will go on. There is a message. Let me figure out how to turn this phone around. Oop, there we go. Oop, there it is. Oop, there it is. Sometimes you got to make adjustments on the fly, man. And so, we got cool. We ended up going to penitentiary called Lee County. Lee County was one of those penitentiaries that it had just turned from a camp to a prison. They just built fences and barbed wire and things of that nature. Bill's back in the house. Thought you was going to sleep, Bill. Bill said everybody go get you a blow-up doll, man. You ain't got to deal with this foolishness. Get you a blow-up doll. And so, me and dude got cool, man. His name was Mike. Actually, that was his real name, Mike. Made me go lift weights every day. I ain't want to go every day. I would go in the weight pile, but I ain't want to go every day. Not every single day. Nevertheless, I went. I was getting strong, young bull. I knew I had it in me because I had like a little weight bench at my house. So I was already, you know what I mean? Like I had already kind of hit the weights a little bit. But nevertheless, there was some things popping off on the yard that I didn't really know of. See, I'm from Lexington. He's from Louisville. 502. Shout out to the Ville. I love the Ville. Muhammad Ali. I was walking in the dorm one day. I never forget this, man. Walking in the dorm one day, and he's in the middle of the walkway. I think I had been mad at him a little bit, so we probably ain't talked in a day or two, because, you know, that's how it is, man. You locked up, they mad because you didn't show up to a wait. Like, I mean, let me explain something to you all before I finish the story. And this is a story within a story. Lifting weights is dead serious. Like, it's serious in prison, man. Weight pal. You got a car. That's what they call it in Kentucky, a car. It may be 3 of y'all, 4 of y'all. Typically about 4, sometimes 5. You don't make workout? You miss workout? Man, ain't nobody playing with that shit. Man, you might get your wig split for not showing up. Okay, the first day they may let it slide. But that is a very, very serious sort of thing in prison, man. Like, make sure that you at that weight pile when you supposed to be. I think I missed a day and Mike was mad at me or something like that. And so I was walking, as I mentioned, in the dorm, and he's standing there kind of in the middle. And he's shorter than me, but dude's a beast. Kind of bump him like a little love bump, like a little love tap, like let him know, man, it's all good. I still love you, man. You know. He turned around immediately and squared up with me. Squares up with me. I'm like, man, what you on, man? What you on, bro? He squares up, so I square up. Hands really supposed to be up here, but you know, I was so quick. I feel like my quickness can get past, but no, you get your face knocked off. Your hands belong up here, man. I was, you know, it was somewhat up here, but I'm dickhead ass guard on the yard. No, I'm not. Let's take that back. He was a D-head to everybody else, but I'm gonna explain to you why I don't feel like he was a D-head. So he sees what's popping off. He sees what's popping off, and man, some of y'all be having these long ass names. I appreciate it. Y'all hit that like button, man. I can't pronounce these long ass. Y'all need to go with some basic names, man. I appreciate you though. Y'all hit that like button, man. Double tap the screen. He runs over. Dorm H. Signal 7 in Dorm H. Signal 7 in Dorm H. He ain't do the signal 7 in Dorm H. He didn't do the frantic. He was a signal 7. He's on his radio. Signal 7 in Dorm H. Signal 7. Shh. He's running like on cops. Bad boy, bad boy. Signal 7 in Dorm H. Signal 7 in Dorm H. This dude looked like Bobby Heenan, if you know anything about wrestling. If you don't, he was about a 5 foot, I don't know, 5'9", 5'10", white dude, white hair. He was a stickler on the yard. They say he was one of the roughest COs that love to lock you up, white or black. Didn't even matter. He comes over. He thinks it's a fight going on, but it's not. I'm new to the game. I'm telling him, nah, man, it wasn't nothing, man. We just playing. We was just, I shouldn't even have said that, but I didn't know. I'm my first time in prison. Kentucky, you get more time for horse playing than what you get for fighting. Fighting is 15 days in the hole. Most time you're not even gonna do 15 because the hole's gonna be full. You do 8, 9 days, get out 10 days. Horse playing 45 days in the hole. Don't you know that officer let us go? Don't you know that one of the worst, how our uncles talk, one of the worstest is, that's not even a word, one of the worstest is officers on the yard, man, he gave us a stern, but he let us go, man. Because he knew, man, we ain't know no better, but still. He could have threw us in the hole for 45 for horse playing. And my dumb ass said, nah, man, we just playing. You see what I'm saying? There's rules to the penitentiary. Don't make me no rat or nothing like that. I didn't know. And so he came to me and we talked. Mike came to me and he was like, look, man, there's some real beef. It's some real live beef going on. Louisville's deep in the penitentiary. And Kentucky penitentiaries, man, I'm from Lexington, man, but Louisville, them niggas is deep, man. It's so many of them, man. You know what I mean? But they cool. Back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, Louisville and Lexington didn't really get along. But now it's a lot different in the penitentiary. But they deep. It's so many of them. Louisville's way bigger than Lexington because Louisville's metro. Meaning that all the surrounding counties, they're combined into one, you know what I mean, is Louisville. But in Lexington, it's Lexington, and you got the, you know, all the smaller counties that are within, you know, 15, 20 minutes away. They're not combined, so they're their own entities. Louisville and Lexington ain't never got along in a joint. And so there was some things going on. It wasn't between in this particular situation, Lexington and Louisville. But he was telling me, like, bruh, some beef going on, and I didn't even see you. So when you bumped me, I just automatically reacted like it was up. And that's when I knew in the penitentiary, don't play, man. It's my first time, man. Don't play in the penitentiary, man. It's not a game. Like, people get unalived in prison, man. It's not a game. It's not. If you approach it from a standpoint of, I don't know, people ask me all the time, like, Kenz, like, if I have to go do some time, like, how can I just avoid all confrontation? How can I avoid just staying out of the way? I don't know if I can give a definitive answer. I can tell you, I can give you some suggestions, but I'm going to tell you, man. And for you all that have never been locked up, it will be very, very difficult for you to understand. And that's a good thing. I hope you never, ever have to go through these things. David Carter, 8796. What's good, bro? Appreciate you, man. Salute to you. You know what I mean? Not going to jail. Living my best life. Baldwin, 9399. It's the best thing to do, not go to jail, man. Because there's different rules that they go by in the penitentiary. And jail, period. It's a code. Honor amongst thieves, if you will. Man, this dog eat dog. This dog eat dog. I don't wish that on anybody. You might go in there and never have a problem. But in all likelihood, you're going to have a problem at some point. Because somebody's going to try you. Somebody's going to try to take something from you. Somebody's going to try to, you know, here it is, you trying to just get home to your family, man. And you got this person that's really, really egging you on, and it's like, damn, what do I do? What do I do? That's the difficulty of it. What do I do? You know what you want to do. But at the same time, you know that, and everybody's not fighters. Me, I ain't no fighter. I ain't no hell of a tough guy. I tell people on my channel, I don't jump on here and act as though like, so I came up with no father in the house. I grew up fighting. Didn't win them all, didn't lose them all. I had a little man complex. I was always smaller than everybody else. But they gonna know I'm gonna fight, man. I was never a chump. I was never. Got pretty good at it. Still took some L's. I took some L's. I took some L's, but I'd have been in a lot of fights. So when you go to jail, you're not going in there to fight. You're not going in. You're really going in there to mind your business. You know. It's always gonna be somebody that tries you in there, and then when they try you, you got to stand up. Because if you don't, the next person's gonna try you. Then the next person's gonna try you. Then the next person's gonna try you. I'm gonna tell a story again. I know y'all probably tired of hearing it. Y'all done heard it 3 or 4 times. But guess what, man? If you rock with me, you rock with me. Some of y'all ain't heard this. But this is the ultimate time that I got tried while incarcerated. I did over 11 years in the Kentucky Department of Corrections. If I had to guess, in them 11 years, I probably had I don't want to exaggerate, maybe 12 fights. I'm not going to go out there. I'm at 50 fights. Probably 12 fights. It's a lot of fights for an adult. Probably about 12 fights. How many did you win, Kenz? How many did you lose? Probably lost 4. Nah, maybe 3. But I ain't never just get stomped out, but I could have. And let me tell you why. Because when you fighting, right, your body, your face, man, you know what I mean? Philly's in the house. What up, Robert Miller? I appreciate you, bro. I definitely appreciate you, man. Salute to you. Unless you're a boxer, your face is not conditioned to get it. I don't give a damn how big, man. I done seen some of the, nah, I kid you not. I haven't done it. I kid you not, man. I kid you all. I kid you not. You know it gets serious when you take the sunglasses off. I've seen some of the biggest dudes, man. 6'2", 240, 230. Cut up, look like, you know what I mean? But they get tapped on their chin in a fight. In the process or during the battle, heat of war, and go straight to sleep. Or their legs crumble. So I always tell people, based upon what I've seen, I'm no fighting coach or anything like that. If you find yourself in a situation where there's not going to be any other means, no other, you're going to have to fight your way out of it, man, try to tap that chin and you do it first. Because I done seen some dudes get stomped. Stomped. I don't think you all know what stomped means. Meaning that you take an individual that's not, he's breathing. Take a rag doll. Somebody said something about a blow-up doll. Take a blow-up doll. Somebody have no movement, have no definitive, they can't defend themselves. And you slam them down, boom, and they're just laying there. No longer, they're not a threat. At any point or Or at that point, rather, they're not a threat. They're just laying there helpless. And I've seen people to where I just had to walk away. They just, I want y'all, I'm gonna take you to where I'm at. A person's unconscious laying out like this. Nobody's gonna step in and break it up until somebody has to step in and break it up. It happens in the penitentiary. It happens on the streets. But it really, really happens in the penitentiary. Sad. Hurts me. I don't even know the person. It hurts me. As much as I want to jump in and do something, man, I ain't trying to be there laying on the ground. Then they got people that's gonna make sure nobody jumps in or whatever. Cliques and cars and crews. Kick you when you're down, piss on you, spit on you. That's not gonna happen to the average individual. Most of the time it happens to rats and chomos, but these people are still human beings. Is this the life that you want to live? Is this what you want to see? I talked about it on my live the other night. Pink Palace. Actually, it's Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex. EKCC. All y'all gotta do is Google it. Everything, see, the thing about me is that when I tell you all these stories, everything is on deck. You can just Google it. EKCC, Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex. But the inmates call it the Pink Palace. Y'all look that up, and then it's in the state. We're not talking about the feds. It's in the state. I want y'all look that up. I challenge anybody on the live. We on live right now. I'm going to be on here for a little bit. Look up EKCC. Never been to Eastern. I never got there. It was like 4 deaths in a span of some weeks. We're not even talking about the people that got their wig split or the people that's on life support or the people that's really, really injured. We're talking about deaths. Young people. Anybody that's watching this live, y'all Google EKCC, Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex. In Kentucky. I don't know what I think it's Liberty City. It may be Liberty City, but I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's Liberty City. And look at all the deaths that have taken place. As of late, this is not something that's just, it's just now making the news, the media. The commissioner took weeks to come in and address the issue. And that was only because the public was like, the commissioner has not been down here to this prison to address these issues. See, a lot of the issues in prison is that, I don't want to pinpoint solely on this, but they got these 2-man cells. And that's what Fleece Johnson. See, a lot of people talk bad about Fleece Johnson, man. I've never talked to Fleece Johnson, but I am in contact with his manager, Big Lee, over the Hustle Spirit 502, Louisville, Kentucky, once again. And we're supposed to do something, but Fleece has a lot going on right now. Like, he's on a lot of platforms, and but a lot of people think that Fleece was just in there taking, you know, he's a booty warrior. I don't know what he was doing. I wasn't in there. I know that in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, penitentiary, early 2000s, man, it definitely wasn't no joke. It ain't a joke now, but then it really wasn't a joke because it wasn't as many cameras. It wasn't as many officers. It wasn't, they didn't have pre-grape elimination act. Meaning that you can just pick up a phone, act like you're making a phone call. Hey, I got this guy, I think that he's going to do something to me, and they going to come and address the situation, get him out of there. They didn't have that then. But you got these guys, man, that are in there, man, and they real live, like just real live beasts, man. We all say, oh, man, I just give me a shank, man. Man, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. You don't just get you a shank and walk around a yard with it and have a ice pick on you like in the movies. That's not how it is. Because you walking around on the yard, minding your business. And the officer's like, hey, you, come here. Damn, man, I ain't doing nothing, man. Turn around. Put your hands up. Patting you down. You got your jacket on. If it's not the summertime, some people wear their jackets in the summertime. You got a shank on you 9 times out of 10, or a knife. They're going to find it. And if they do find it, guess what? That's your ass, Mr. Postman. It's a wrap. Sometimes you might get charged with it. And so there's a false illusion of, well, I just go to prison, man. I'm gonna give me a knife and I'm gonna be good. No. And they put you in the cell with these gorillas, man. It may be a person that don't even look like a gorilla. Looks can definitely be deceiving. A few weeks later, guess what? They dragging you out of the cell, man. This dude got 3 life sentences. Let me repeat that to you. This dude has 3 life sentences. I didn't put you in a cell and you got 10 years. 10 years don't mean 10 years. Not in Kentucky, it don't. I don't know in Kentucky, it don't. Unless it's violent. You're going to get out in 8.5. Probably already did 2.5, 3 years before you even got to prison. A lot of y'all look at it, well, like, damn, there's still 5 more years. That ain't nothing to an individual that's never going home. Then you in there, you crying, you complaining, oh, man, I shouldn't have got all this time. But you complaining to an individual that's never going home. You think he wants to hear that? So the next morning, you may never wake up. You might not wake up that next morning. What they gonna do to me? I got a life sentence. I'm never going home anyway. What are they gonna do to me? Dangerous, man. So getting back to, see, y'all thought I forgot. See, I didn't forget. I don't know if you're ever going to have an issue when you go to prison. It depends on what you do. I can give you some recommendations. Don't gamble. Stay off the basketball court. You want to shoot around a couple of your partners or whatever, but when it comes to competitive and it's, you know, several people on the court, nah, that's when it's time to go. Don't borrow. Don't loan nobody nothing. Because when you loan somebody something, you're going to be looking for it back. Now, when you It happened to me before. Dude, I didn't even know. I guess he played me for soft, man. They will play you for soft. You just looking at yourself. I'm a good dude. I ain't tripping. Hey, bro, let me get a pack of cookies or something. Man, I understand. You got a sweet tooth. It's, at this particular juncture, time or whatever, you could only go to commissary once a week. I think our commissary days was on Wednesday. During the weekend, man, let me get a pack of them cookies or something, man. I got you back when I go to the store. Now, this individual, he's from Covington, Kentucky. Don't remember his name. Then they call him Black, to be honest. Shout out to Covington, C-O-V, man. Right across the bridge from Ohio. A lot of people come over the bridge and catch a case in Kentucky. I'm not laughing as though it's funny, but I'm saying Kentucky will hem your ass up. Black. Man, let me pack him cookies, man. I got you on Wednesday. Now, I ain't think none of it because Black was a player. Every week he had big bags. Like he had a big bag. When I say he had a big bag coming back from commissary, you got they give you a net bag or whatever you pack your commissary goods in. He had money. Definitely had money. Had money being sent in to him anyway. $0.50 cookies, wasn't nothing. Came back the next day. Hey, bro, let me get another. I had a lot of commissary over it. You heard, man. Shit wasn't nothing to me, man. I'm a player, man. See what I'm saying? When you're a player, man, what is it? Ain't nothing but $1. I'm looking at shit, ain't nothing but $1, man. Wednesday came. He comes back with his big bag. Never brought me my cookies. But I wasn't really even sweating it. Because I didn't really, to be honest, I think he said something to me like, hey, man, I got you. I ain't forget about you. I had forgotten about the shit, man. Fucking 50 cents, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't balling by any stretch of the imagination. But when I went to prison, my bond was 6 G's. Once my case was resolved, that $6,000 was placed back on my books. Bought my TV, my cooler, my hot pot. Back then you could get home packages, so my moms and them sent me my sweatsuits. I think they sent me some shoes or whatever. I don't remember. Bought me a CD player, some CDs. Had plenty of money, and I was getting money sent in on a regular basis. So wasn't nothing. I ain't tripping on no 50-cent pack of cookies. I ain't forgot about you. Alright, that's what's up, man. I'm living. My dog that I was in a cell with, we weren't in a cell, we was in cubes, 2-man cubes. He got drafted by the Cincinnati Reds and caught a dope case right before he was supposed to go to training camp. We came up together, man. Shout out to my dog E. Lyles. E. Lyles. Super athlete. Ended up catching a dope case, man. A few days goes past. He ain't never bring me my cookies back. But I'm not tripping. Now, typically, like, you might get your wig split in prison. On somebody, something as simple as a 50-cent pack of cookies. I wasn't tripping, man. That's not my forte. I'm here, I'm just passing through, man. About a week later, he comes through. Red, that's what they call me, Red. Man, let me get one of them tuners, man. I can't do it, bro. Prison tuna is very, very popular. They sell the tuna pouches. You sell them in a can, but they got them in a little plastic or whatever pouches. What you mean, my nigga? You playing me like I'm a broke ass nigga? Nah, I ain't playing you like nothing, man. I can't do it. I just seen you came back from the store. You know what I'm saying? I got you back, dog. I mean, damn, you tripping like that? Bro, I gave you a couple packs of cookies. You didn't even give me that back. I mean, damn, you tripping on some 50-cent pack of cookies? Nigga, you should have came to me and told me about these cookies. In my mind, why do I gotta come and tell you about my bread? Why do I gotta come there? I'm not gonna press you on no 50 cent, but it's duly noted. The nigga walks into the cube. So you can walk into the cube, like, because there's no doors and not a cell. He walks into the cube, and I don't know what he was thinking about. I don't know what this looks can be deceiving. I grew up playing soccer from 5 years old to end up having to stop when I was 11. But I've always had like strong legs. He goes over to grab my bag. Because my bag was on the bed while I'm on my commissary. He bends over to grab my bag. Nigga, I take all this shit. Brooklyn's in the building. What's good, my guy? What's good, Brooklyn? Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. So he bends over to take my bag. As though he's going, and that's very, very common in the penitentiary. Motherfuckers just take your whole bag. This dude is about dark-skinned dude. Lifted a whole lot of weight. He was swole, man. He was swole. I can't really remember where he was from. I want to say Louisville. There's something stands out about, I think he was from Louisville. Because like in Kentucky prisons, either from Lexington, Louisville, Covington, or on the west side. On the west side, meaning like the west side of Kentucky. I want to say he's from Louisville. Man, I kicked him dead in his face when he... I'm talking about like when he bent it. Just imagine. I'm painting a picture. He bends over. Nigga, give me this bag. I guess he just played me for soft. Boom! I kicked that bitch ass nigga in his face. I had these black boots on. The Bob Barker boots that they give every inmate. You may not ever wear them after that, but you're going to be assigned a pair of black boots. Bob Barker boots. Fuck Bob Barker. Boom! Kick that bitch ass nigga in the face. I kicked him in his face. He goes backwards. I'm on him. Boom, 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 boom. I'm on him. I'm talking about on him. You got to be on him. You can't give an individual a chance to you know what I mean? You can't when you fighting a person, man, unless you really, really just got skills and you can toy with a person. But when you just an average Joe such as myself, beat that nigga up out of my cube. I knew it was smoke. We in prison. We in prison, so if you fight somebody and you win, you get out on them, you ain't gonna... It was my first time, but at the same time, I know. Again, 1 + 1 is always gonna equal 2. There is a message. I knew it was gonna come back my way. This dude was one of them loud niggas, man. Always running his mouth. He was one of them. Man, if y'all seen how I kicked him in his face. But I knew it was coming back because he's embarrassed. Everybody, man, you let that Lexington ass, you know, back then it was you let that Lexington ass, light skin ass nigga kick you in your face. I knew it was coming back. I feel like, man, at the time, man, I feel like, man, even now, man, if I get into it with a person at this age, this big age that I'm at now, and I feel like I can defend myself. Don't necessarily mean that I'm gonna win, because I don't, you know, you never know. Person just boom, then you out. That's the thing about fighting. We're not conditioned to take hits unless you're a fighter or a boxer. That's why it's very, very important that if you find yourself in a situation and you're gonna have to go, man, you're gonna have to hit them first, and you're gonna have to make it count. The nose, the you know what I'm saying, on the jawline, the eye, something, you're gonna have to make it count. And when you do it, you don't back up. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all about a story. I got a story for that too. Nah, you keep that pressure on them. Because if they are able to recoup, man, that may be your ass. Pause. I'm knowing I'm gonna have to see, son. I'm gonna have to see you, son. Shout out to New York once again. That was a dude from Covington, man. And they called him Rock. I don't know if anybody from Covington is on here or Covington, Kentucky, but they called him Rock. 2002, 2003, someone right around in there. He was a blood. I gave Rock my cake one day. Pause, double pause, triple pause. Matter of fact, I never done this sort of rewind before. Because I said that wrong. Like, I was on a diet, so I wasn't eating sweets. So, you know, in penitentiary, they got to feed you way better than they feed you in the county jail. So, you know, it was a birthday, like, happy birthday to you. You get the cake. The cake was on everybody's tray. I didn't want mine, so I gave it to Rock. Rock was 5'11". Caramel complected. Athlete. You can just look at him and tell he was a fucking athlete. You know what I mean? Don't even lift weights half the time and get up under the 315 on the bench press and just press it 3 or 4 times like it ain't nothing. Like, he was just athletically inclined. One day I was walking down the aisle and Black said something to me, man. I ain't care. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. We're in a dorm full of, it's probably like 100 people in our little area, you know, in our wing, H wing. 2 people per cube. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm not kicking you in your face, you bitch ass nigga. Plus I can fight. Or my Lexington homies around me or whatever. He got his people around him. Next thing I know, excuse me, Rock out of nowhere. He jumps up. What's up, nigga? Tardy, you picking on the homie, man. He ain't bothered you. What's up? Out of nowhere. Just from me giving him my cake, my dessert on the tray, on the, you know. People don't like bullies, man. Try me, nigga. Try me. Like I said, Rock, man, was 5'11", caramel complected. I think he had, like, I don't even know if he had a goatee at this time. He was a young nigga, man. Rock was probably when he was young, man. He probably wasn't nothing but 23, 24 and been locked up 3-4 years. So, look like a young running back, a young bull, Reggie Bush, 5'11". Try me. Come on, Rock, this ain't got nothing to do with us. But now it does got something to do with us. I'm sitting there. I'm seeing it, but I'm ready to go myself. Black was like, come on, Rock, man. You gonna go home, bro. This ain't even for us, man. This ain't even... Nigga, I should have been home. Rock should have been home, but he kept catching write-ups and like when you catch a write-up, you lose good time in prison. So let's just say you're supposed to go home in December and it's January. So you got 6 months left, but you catch a write-up and they take 90 days away from you. So now that pushes you all the way back. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of having 6 months left, now you have 9 months left. That's just the way that it goes. Nigga, I should have been home. What's happening? Black wanted no parts. No parts of Rock. None. Nothing happened. They didn't end up fighting. I never heard nothing else after that. Nothing else ever happened. I was about my business. I was gonna hold my own. Plus, like I said, man, Lexington, we was deep down in motherfucker, man. Lee County. But it wasn't even about that. It wasn't even about us being deep. I'm gonna hold my own. You beat me, you beat me. Cool. I don't like it. I get out of the infirmary, the hospital, whatever the case may be, man. I'm a man. You a man or you a mouse. That's how they look at it. This man wanted no parts of Rock. And the thing about it, man, I'm going to say, I never really knew Rock like that. He just kind of took a liking to me. He was a young nigga. He was young. Well, we was about the same age. He might, a year or two apart. Rock just kind of took a liking to me, man, and Rock ended up getting unalived out there on the street. He was a blood, Covington, Kentucky. He ended up getting unalived, like I said, right around 2002, 2003, 4, somewhere right around in that area. Ended up getting unalived. I may dig and do a little research and get his real name. Them Covington niggas, man. Solid. Solid. It was a situation that could have really, really went left. Cause if I hadn't been a solid type of individual, every time I got some commissary, he was coming. Let me get a thing of them cookies. Then it was gonna be 2 cookies. Get a Jack Mac. Let me get 2 Jack Macs. Jack Mackerels, tunas, whatever. And he was gonna keep coming back and coming back and coming back. So you have to nip things in the bud in the very, very beginning. Because if you don't, same thing with a relationship. If you with a woman, and I'm only speaking from this perspective because I'm a man, but vice versa, if you with a man and a woman, if you're a woman and you with a man, if you're a man and you with a woman, but really, fuck it, whatever you want to be with. I don't judge nobody. But if you with an individual, and we all know how the honeymoon phase goes. in the beginning, everything's beautiful. You don't want to seem as though you're the party pooper. So you let things go. Things you can get away with 2 months into the relationship, 3 months into the relationship, 4 months, 5 months. You may not particularly be able to get away with these things. Not even necessarily when I say 2, 3, 4 months. It's just within like the time frame of you all talking, and once it's made official, try that same shit 3, 4 months later. May not go down that way. Girl, this nigga's tripping. She talking to a girl, this nigga's tripping. He ain't act this way. I would implore everybody to really, really just be yourself. If you don't like something that a person is doing, figure out a way to communicate and tell them, hey, listen, baby. You don't gotta yell, you don't gotta scream, you don't gotta cuss, be disrespectful, but figure out a way to communicate your dislikes. Because I feel this way being that if you don't, and you do it a year from, or whatever, you could have told me this, you could have, so just tell them. But there's a way to go about doing any and everything. That's why things are so dangerous. So things are so, as far as relationships or whatever, because you don't really want to tell a person, because you don't want to come across as that person of, I don't want to say this because I may run her off. I get it. But you have to establish a proper open line of communication from the very beginning. You must let her know, or she may, or must rather, let you know. You had done this, but I didn't like it. However, I'm not saying that. Let's talk. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know. You got to talk, be able to communicate with each other. Kenz, how the fuck we go from penitentiary to relationships? I don't know. Ain't nobody asking me no questions, so shoot, I'm gonna just rock with it, man. It's Q&A. We got people out here, you know what I mean? Just really, really trying to get through their shifts. Really, really trying to is on these roads, dropping these loads, door dashing, Ubering, the hospitals, just whatever. On the factory lines, they got the earbuds in it, whatever. They need Kenz to, I don't need Kenz, but Kenz is able to help them get through their shifts. Somebody asked me something, anything. You know what I mean? I'm almost 2 hours in. Mr. 30 minutes or better. Really? I say Mr. 30 minutes or better. That's most appropriate for me. But sometimes it's Mr. Hour or better. Ask my boo, but she's never on here. And let me take it back. She's on there sometimes. I don't want to make that seem as though it's a slight. She be on there sometimes. My dog. Hey, man. Let me say this. I got genuine love for everybody that fools with me. My dog Jason V 2323, man. Man, he's in Florida. That's my dog, man. That's all I can say, man. What's up, Jay? What's up, my dog? I see you out with the wifey. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you showing me some love. I seen your message earlier. I've been at work all day. See, a lot of people don't understand my day starts early. I'm sure you all you know, day start early too. But I went into work this morning. Actually, I had to do my class. I had to do an anger management. Got out of anger management at 10:30. Then I went to work. I'm gonna give you all my day. Had to be in anger management at 9. Got out at 10:30, but it's virtual. So as soon as I go, like I park my car right there at the job. As soon as I get done at 10:30, I go into work. 10:30. I'm there until about 2:30. I leave there sometime. Nah, I'm gonna keep it real. About 2 o'clock. I leave there at 2 o'clock. I go and do my YouTube video that I uploaded. Y'all go check out my video that I uploaded earlier. That's gonna take a little minute. Once I get done with that, it's probably like 3:30. I dozed off for about 30 minutes in the car, but I'm in a safe location. 4 o'clock. Go back to work. Stay until about 10 o'clock. Come back and go live, and that's where I've been. That's what it is, man, with me. You know what I mean? But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Damn, I done missed several messages. But yeah. I appreciate everybody. Everybody, you know what I mean? Because this whole thing, man, it's a grind, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm up for it. You know, getting my dude never need to explain. This is my dog, JV2323. You're my homie. Absolutely. And we gonna get on the line, man. We gonna get on the line. Cause we gonna get on the line. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. You know I will. Same way you'll call me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like things just, I don't know. Things just, you deal with things. But I'm cool with it for the simple fact of this. I'm not in the penitentiary. Thank you, James McIlvain. James McIlvain, man. My dog. Going back through some of the comments. Because, like I can't respond to every single comment. But, man, I tell y'all, like, if you have a story to tell, or if you have something like YouTube, it's not about the money. It's not. It's just about the engagement with other. I'm gonna keep it real. My money has a year from now, or a year ago, man, I was making 3 times the amount that I'm making now. That's weird, because I have way more subscribers now than I had. Well, I'm not gonna say way more, but YouTube is just a weird. I don't know. Only thing I can say is I don't know. But guess what? It don't even matter about the money. I want to make some money. Don't get me wrong. The Cash App is $KENZ1000. KENZ as in zebra 1000. But it's not about that, man. You know what I mean? What's making you take anger management classes? Yellow Tablet Talk. My dog, Yellow Tablet Talk. I'm going to keep it real with you, man. So, there's a program that I'm in, right? And the program that I'm in, it helps you to expunge your record because I'm ultimately trying to apply for a pardon. I don't have anger issues, to be honest. I have impulsive issues, trying to get to that bread. But but it was a class they offered and I took it. It's just gonna look good on a resume. You know what I mean? I wish I had the... Matter of fact, look, I ain't got a lot of y'all. Coping with anger. I just happen to have the book because I keep the book with me because I never know. We have class once a week, but anger's never really an issue that I really had. But if y'all gonna give me some sort of credit or some sort of, you know what I mean, I'm gonna take it. So that's just what I happen to be in, man. I'm not an angry person. I don't never really been one to go off and motherfucker on it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you got to show a motherfucker, man. You know, the fuck is the deal? Huh? The fuck is the deal? But you don't really mean it. You ain't gonna do nothing, but you got to show them. But nah, I ain't. Anger is not my thing, man. Impulsiveness, like I got to get that money. I got to get that motherfucking cornbread and that cabbage. I got to get that Skrilla. I got to get that bread, man. But even now, I'm not like that because, like, I'm a lot older now. Who cares, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Like, I don't... There's a lot of things I don't care about that I once cared about. I can still get fly whenever I want to get fly. Like a whole lot of polo shit. But even that, what does that mean? That ain't no assets. That's not a... I'm trying to figure out a way to own some shit, to outright own some shit. I'm trying to, you know, but different folks, or different strokes, rather, for different folks. You know what I mean? Materialistic things don't mean shit to me no more the way that they used to. 80,000 as a 22-year-old. A lot of money. A lot of money, man. You know what I mean? But look, I'm about to bounce. About to bounce, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go home and work on my LLC. Worked all day. Came and did YouTube. We're not even talking about the time that it took for me to do my other video. Y'all go check my video. I don't even remember the title. But I did upload a video earlier today. Go check it out, man. I mean, I'm trying to get to 50,000. That's why I work so hard. This is not a game. This is not a... I'm looking at my Cash App. I'm looking at my... Ain't nobody paid me nothing. Ain't nobody owe me nothing. But the Cash App is $KENZ1000, $KENZ1. Man, people call me all the time. I don't charge them nothing. Sometimes, if you want to get your channel or something advertised and whatever the case may be, but I'm saying I'm not in this for money, man. But it takes money to live. There is a message. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. Y'all watching my channel, y'all not subscribing, but yeah, man, I like that guy, real Kenz, man. Well, you like me? Show me how much you like me, man. $KENZ1000, $KENZ1000 is the Cash App. Or simply just subscribe to the channel, man. You know? It don't take much. It don't take much. We're gonna get there somehow, some way. A lot of people don't understand how difficult that it is on YouTube. You start off with 0 subscribers. 0. 859, what is my number? 697-7676. 859-697-7676. That's my phone number. My Cash App is $KENZ1000. $KENZ1000. When you first start a YouTube channel, like, you don't... I never went to my family, my friends, or whatever, because I wanted everything to be authentic. I want everything to be okay. Well, you know, holler at me just because you know me. No, holler at me, rock with me simply because you want to rock with me. That's what it was. Kenz, man, that's why your channel ain't growing, because first of all, I got damn near 15,000 subscribers. I challenge any of you bitch ass niggas to get 1,000 subscribers. Don't compare me to the individual that got 400,000 subscribers. It takes time, man. It takes, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Like, you know how hard this shit is to build from the ground up? Who knew? Any of you all, who knew of Real Kenz TV 859 in the beginning? Who knew? 859 697 7676 is my real fucking number, and I answer it. If I don't, I return the text messages. It's best to text me, because I get so many calls. Text me. State your business or prepare to get winged. Calm down. I'm just a weary traveler. It's Django, if you've never seen Django. Fuck with me, man. It's a real individual. Holler at my dog. Pop your shit. With JB. Pop your shit. SHITT. With WIT. JJYB. Pop your shit. With JB. My dog. New York. I'm from New York. I got 100 guns, 100 clips. Nigga, I'm from New York. Prison Stories. Does interviews. Fuck with him, man. Tell him Kenz sent me. You know? I'm about to go do something else. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may do another video. I don't know. But what I do know, I appreciate you all chiming in, rocking with me. And, you know, might go live again tomorrow night. I don't know. Thank everybody. I appreciate y'all. April, thank you. You have a blessed night too. James, Antonio, everybody, man, that rock with me. You know what I'm saying? James McElvain, Jason V 2323, living my best life. Everybody, man, y'all rock with me, man.